Time to leave your worries outside and join us here in the Treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm and our newest member in the Treehouse, Raj Sharma.
Hello.
So, Trey wrote some stuff, and because Trey wrote some stuff, the last part of the show today will have a very special appearance by our old friend, Luke Bryan.
Oh, nice. I'm so glad he can join.
No, Raj. Not nice.
Oh, it's not?
Not nice in the least.
Okay.
But good.
Okay.
And terrible. Good and terrible. So that is coming up today.
Oh.
And as much as I'd love to start with our strongest material first, and it's really tempting to do that with Luke Bryan's version of I'm Gonna Lay You Down.
Oh, no.
I instead feel like
no.
There's stronger content to start the Treehouse today. And that is this. I do believe I have found the perfect woman for our Trey Trenholm.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And keep in mind, I have now known Trey, let's see, since 2002. I've known Trey for 21 years.
Wow. Okay.
For 21 years, I've known Trey. We've helped each other through good times, bad times, alcohol, people coming and going in various forms, relationships for certain. And I like to think I have at least a little bit of an idea of what Trey likes.
Yeah.
And I also know I also have an idea of what I think is good for Trey, and those two things don't always sync up.
Yeah. So you found the perfect. You think you found the perfect girl. That's wow. I'm intrigued to say the least. I just want to. Is it a situation where he has to go during visiting hours, or is it?
my first question was, where is she institutionalized?
How far are you from Green Oaks?
See, this is where those two worlds of what Trey likes versus what is best for Trey collide.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I know what Trey wants, and that's crazy, because Trey loves him some crazy.
Yeah.
But I know that that's not what he needs.
If we can just find a functional schizophrenic, if we can just find, somebody that has a job but goes a little crazy after 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 9 to 5 normal, but
yeah.
For Trey time, what'd you say? Functional schizophrenic.
Schizophrenic. Yeah, I think. And see, and when I said it, look at that man's face light up.
Oh, he absolutely has lit up like a Christmas tree. I feel like, Trey, you should just get on Tinder, and the headline should just be "Looking for functional schizophrenic."
Yeah, you just kind of just troll where medical. It's right next to Medical City. Green Oaks is right there. Just kind of hang outside. Just have loose cigarettes. They'll come running. It's like pigeons.
See if I can't find a schizophrenic or a heroin addict. Either way.
I mean, I'm just saying it's like pigeons and popcorn, loose cigarettes and the crazy. It's kind of the same.
I also feel like that. I feel like the lobby of a mental institution would actually be a great place to use the classic line, "Do you come here often?" One because it could be a red flag, but for Trey it could be a green flag.
Is it crazy that I find you attractive? You can use that. You can just start.
Yeah, Trey's not just trolling; he's also an outpatient.
No, that's when you go to Spirit, the costume place. You get yourself a lab coat, and just kind of sit in the lobby and assess. Just have your clipboard out of things that you need, you're looking for, and right before they get to being admitted, you snatch them. You take them for your own.
Yeah. The ironic thing though on Trey's clipboard, it's just going to be one question: Are you crazy?
All right, let's
at least and get their chart and take a look at their meds and go.
Oh
yeah, too crazy. No, okay.
Okay,
like
so then I'm curious, Trey.
Just right.
At what dosage is lithium too much?
Is there such a thing?
Every person is different, Dan.
You know what? That's very mature of you, Trey, not to judge a woman by the cover on her pill bottle.
Yeah, never judge a woman by her dosage.
That should be on your headstone. Never judge a woman by her dosage. There he lies.
So,
Killed by a woman.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I can see that.
yeah, no, that's definitely famous last words if I've ever heard them. No, so in this case, Trey, I don't know about the crazy level, but I have a theory on it. But this is where I feel like this is the right amount of wholesome for you, and I also feel like this particular individual is very strong at something that you are very weak, and that is this. A lot of people see as having a sweet tooth as a weakness, right?
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, this is Elizabeth Rowe's strongest point because she is a baker.
Oh.
And we learned recently, Trey, and like in the last week or two, that you love ice cream and cake. And
I
this
do.
woman, Elizabeth Rowe, won season 2 of the Netflix series Is It Cake?
Oh, yeah, that's a great show.
So what she does for a living, Trey, is she bakes cakes.
Okay. I
Okay.
see.
Okay.
I see this going from being shot in bed by a jealous ex to now my 600-pound life.
It'll really hit all the possible docudramas.
I just want
So-
to see a 600-pound Trey. That's all I want to see.
And I'm not now. How I found her isn't because I watched the show. It's because Channel 8 in Dallas recently did a story on her because she is local. She's in Louisville, and she won season 2 of Is It Cake?
Gotcha. Okay, that's kind of cool. And
Right.
she has a bakery there? Is it in
The London baker
Okay.
herself.
A little bit rock and roll, a little bit Mary Poppins.
No one would ever call Elizabeth Rowe fake.
No concerns there. I do not have a poker face. What you see
Wow.
is what you get.
Okay.
Despite that, Elizabeth has gotten pretty good at fooling people with her cakes. Her realistic cakes are often mistaken for the thing they represent.
They're like, this is actually a cake. And people are like, what?
The same reaction she had after getting an email inviting her to compete on season 2 of Is It Cake on Netflix.
Welcome to Is It Cake?
A show where contestants try to fool judges by making the most realistic cakes they can.
Your job is to try and fool the judges.
Unfortunately, Elizabeth says her first cake, a yoga mat and yoga block, was a smashing disaster.
And I was convinced that I was never going to get to show people that I could actually do some pretty good work.
But
very
she
pretty.
survived and not only showed she can do good work, but proved nobody can do it better. Elizabeth, who earned the nickname Stitch Queen for her expertise in creating edible stitches, was crowned
Mm.
winner,
All hail the Queen, Elizabeth!
bringing home her apron from the show and a whole lot of confidence.
Yeah.
The $90,000 she won, well, that was icing on the...
Mm.
you get it.
Lame.
Yeah.
And while the show has certainly...
So there you go, Trey.
I
I also forgot to mention that she's British. I don't know if you have a soft spot for accents, but I feel like most people do.
I know I do, just because they oppressed my country for 450 years. we grew,
So for you, it's more like revenge.
yeah, we grew accustomed to them. You know, she's very pretty. She and edible stitches. If that's not the selling point, when she hits you over the head with a candlestick,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, "Oh, she stitched me up." I'm like, no, that's chocolate.
Well, I mean, but it is also, I mean, the stitches are chocolate, but but if they get into a fight and she's chasing Trey around the bedroom with a candlestick,
Oh, yeah.
he's going to be ironically yelling, "Is it cake?"
Do we
Or when the police come and they're looking for me, and they see my body. And then she goes, no, it's cake.
Yet oddly enough, your corpse has the biggest smile.
We should Trey, you and I should make a trip to that bakery and meet young Elizabeth Rowe. I like it.
She is actually.
Yeah, she's
attractive.
She's very pretty.
So this is why I think this might happen. Like, again, I don't know anything about her other than what was in that news piece from Channel 8. I know that she's from Louisville. She's got a bakery there, and she won season 2 of Is It Cake on Netflix, and she's English. And I think that there might be, this is the stuff that I'm just guessing on. I'm just guessing that to reach that level of success in baking things, you have to have at least a little bit of mad scientist in you. So maybe, just maybe, it's the healthiest amount possible of crazy for Trey to be attracted to without going full schizophrenic.
Yeah, and here's the other thing is everything's funnier with the British accent. So even, crazy can be funnier with the British accent.
Okay.
Trey, I'm going to give you a piece of advice here, and I don't do it often because I know you're my elder statesman here, but women don't like it when you laugh at them when they're yelling at you.
Yeah, and that's universal. That doesn't matter where you're from. Crazy, still crazy.
and when the police show up and see your corpse on the ground, they're going to know the answer to Is It Cake?
Yeah. when you're laying there dead, nobody's going to go, that was whimsical.
There's a nice big pool of blood there that it's not sitting still. It still seems to be oozing. So I'm thinking that may not be frosting.
That is not a raspberry coulis.
And then, she would just say something like he was being a wanker, and everyone laughs and, moves about their day.
Nobody gets charged with murder. Everybody has a slice of cake and goes home.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
The police walk back to the squad car with the house in the background, and she's waving bye to them over their shoulders, and they just look at each other, and one hits the other one on the shoulder and just said, wanker. And then they go about their day.
I just like to see like the medical examiner just like, okay, we're about to find out what actually killed him, and they just go to do the first incision. It's like, oh, this is cake.
It's red velvet.
Where's the actual body? Like, we might want to go back to the bakery because we put that in the case.
It is going to be really odd though when like the shift change happens at the medical examiner's office and they see with the knife and fork over the body.
I knew something was wrong with him.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. Their phone number, 833-COOK-DFW. That's 833-COOK-DFW. The website, cookdfw.com. Give them a call for your free roof inspection. 833-COOK-DFW or cookdfw.com. So on the heels of possibly finding Trey, the love of your life, which, by the way, I didn't even check to see if she's single or not. I'm just kind of hoping for the best for you. And if she's not, then maybe you can play homewrecker, Trey.
Well, maybe, definitely. I think that adds to the appeal and the potential of being murdered by a jealous loved one.
It makes it more intriguing because one of her pictures, I did see a wedding photo. So,
oh yeah, you're gonna break up a happy home.
It's probably not that happy.
You're gonna break up a you're gonna break up a happy home to make it a trend home. See what I did?
Couldn't have waited like 9 more minutes to say that, huh? Because I'm real tempted not only to end this segment at the 1 minute 40-second mark, I'm tempted to end the whole damn show on that line.
I'm sorry. Just
Don't you dare apologize.
No.
Just stick it in your quiver for another time as well.
We'll do. But no, we can ask. Maybe there's a listener that is in the Louisville area that can do some recon for us. Because maybe she won the thing, and now she's on a celebrity status, and maybe her spouse is like, you know what, I signed up for bunt cakes, not one that looks like a tabby, and
like freakishly a lot like a tabby.
Yeah, I saw you eating our cat at midnight, and that was weird.
No, her cakes really are phenomenal. It's one of those where you'll see them on social media, and that's probably how the reason why they started the show is because people were decorating cakes very extravagantly at home, and then they're posting them online, and then they basically made a TV show out of it, to which she won, her season. And I've seen these, and it is phenomenal what they're able to do with some flour, some sugar, and whatever that magical substance is known as fondant.
Yes. I remember I was dating, who's Anna. You remember Anna, Dan, who was British. And she got me, she turned me on to Cake Boss. I remember watching that. And this was how she presented it to me. And I go, what? Because I walked in, I was like, what in the F are you watching? And she's like, it's Cake Boss. And I was like, okay. And she's like, yeah, it's like the mafia, but with cakes. And I'm like, how low in the mafia do you have to be the cake guy? It's like, hey, you got to go see Charlie Cakes. Like, what is he going to do? He's going to make you a cake. Like, that's
I know. It's like that. That's like that. The mafia life. They always start with seemingly the most menial of jobs, but by the end of it, it's really badass. Kind of like in The Irishman. It's De Niro. He's like, I paint houses. And then you realize, oh, he's painting them with their brains. Now I get it. Kind of like with the cakes. It's like, so you're making a cake? Yeah.
Yeah. Where's Uncle Louie?
Right. I want to see a mob war between the cake mafia and the maple syrup mafia of Canada.
That's the war we didn't know we needed.
Yeah.
Things are going to get sticky.
See, you were up here.
They can't all be gold. Here. They can't all be gold. Okay.
I understand they can't all be gold, but you can at least strive for gold each time.
Have you met me?
I feel like that joke, you were just glad to be invited.
But no, we need to find out if this guy's had enough of her celebrity status now.
Mm-hmm.
And Trey, you've been in successful in many fields. You're used to being recognized by people, and maybe this is what she needs.
It's also very possible that when you're this good at something, it's not just talent alone. There also has to be a certain level of, dare I say it, crazy,
yes,
or obsessive, or both, to be able to make cakes that astonishingly beautiful and lifelike.
Yeah, there's got to be a level of arrogance because you have to wake up every day knowing you can do that.
Yeah. And so on top of that, maybe if she is married, maybe their personal life is not so great because maybe, her husband thinks that she spends too much time with the cakes.
Yeah.
And he's jealous of them. Whereas Trey would sit there in front of her and say, cake me like one of your French girls. See, I'm right there at the bottom rung with you, Raj. I'm just glad to be here. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Welcome.
It just pisses me off. Like, I got the crazy, but I didn't get any talent.
Maybe you'll find out that you're like you're really good with icings. Like when you guys.
Well, the goal here would be that Trey's really good with piping.
You couldn't held that for 7.5 more minutes?
Nope. Turns out my piping is premature.
They have pills for that now.
It's blue fondant.
Let's just go ahead and assume, though, that Trey, you would mess up this relationship. And
of course.
That would leave you once again alone. But there is good news. Just because you're alone doesn't mean that you have to be unhappy about it. There is a new dating trend, which, by the way, I don't even know how the rest of the world can keep up with all the new trends that are out there. There's a new trend for everything seemingly on a daily basis. But this new one caught my eye because I thought of you. It's called master dating.
When you thought of Trey?
I did.
Okay,
I did.
that's kind of a okay. And master dating?
Master dating. It's not. So the first thing I thought of was like it was some sort of a Thomas Jefferson slave thing, but it's not that. So it's
I was going for more of a Aryan Brotherhood kind of thing, but you went straight straight colonial. Okay,
I went all the way back to the forefathers. Yeah.
I would have just gone with never mind.
See that right there, Raj? Trey saw the invitation and he's like, I'm not going.
Yes. See, and you said you had no talent. You're marvelous at self-editing. That was a brilliant self-edit.
You have if when we're done with this segment, I'll say what I was going to say, and you'll go, "Oh yeah, that was a really good self-edit."
Yeah, I could see it on
really
your face.
Bad.
Like I could see it on your face. You're like, if there was an HR, I'd be called in. Like,
yes.
Actually, it's so bad that it actually starts a Treehouse HR department.
Yeah.
We're currently hiring.
Yeah,
I've already got someone in mind who's very experienced in the HR realm.
Okay, so master dating is
master dating. So let's
so
stop.
So not colonial, not Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah, so let's stop. Let's stop our wondering of what it could be. Let's stop our imaginations and let me tell you what it actually is.
Okay.
This is from one of the great sources of news and information of the world, and it's the New York Post.
Oh, yeah.
On any given night, you're likely to spot a giddy guy or gal at a trendy restaurant, bar, museum, or even a fully packed park, single-handedly going at it alone. It, meaning a solo date. Master dating is the latest love and relationship trend to take social media by storm. It's the practice of lavishing oneself with choice gifts, treats, and outings in an effort to establish a healthy sense of self-sufficiency before entering a serious relationship with someone else. So master dating is dating yourself.
Oh, Trey, you've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
He just didn't know that it had a fancy label to go along with it.
Yeah, I'm a master.
But it also is really weird, though, because I can't tell you how many times I have sent Trey a text over the years like, hey, you want to hang out? He's like, no, I'm master dating. But I didn't read it closely enough, and I thought our relationship feels too close.
But thank God he's not like a master racing. That would be terrible. Like that'd be like, you know what? That's a different thing altogether, and we're just going to the park, Trey.
Taking yourself out on dates is an exercise in self-love and self-compassion. That's according to Amy Noble, a holistic dating coach in the West Village of New York.
Yes.
So not just any dating coach, a holistic one. She goes on to say, you're teaching yourself about your own needs, requirements, and the things that bring you joy. It's about uncovering your own passions.
Wow. You know what? Just when I think, and hats off to you guys. Just when I think white people can't get weirder, you just do.
Why does this have to be a white people thing? You don't think that there are people of color out there master dating, as odd as that sounds?
No, I don't. I'm positive. This is the park they speak of is white. Like this is a very white people thing.
I don't think it's necessarily culturally or racially specific to take time for oneself.
Mm-hmm. But to give it a title, and then I'm assuming because she's the holistic life coach, that's as white as it gets. There's no other race of people that are holistic life.
Here's the problem. I want to argue with you about that, but I can't. In fact, the only thing I can argue with you on is that she's a holistic dating coach. Not a life coach.
Oh, dating coach. I'm sorry. Holistic dating coach.
But everything else you said, I can't argue because I feel like you're correct.
Yeah. When I hear stuff like that, my mom just pops into my head. Like like if like this lady Amy, whatever her name is, like went to her parents like, I want to be like a holistic dating coach, and her white parents went, of course you do, Amy, and we support you. And
So you're saying this is what happens when parents are completely supportive of their children?
Yes, and why immigrants are so successful, because our parents don't believe in us, so they pick our paths for us. So if I went to my mom's like, hey, so I would like to be a holistic dating coach, my mom's like, it was lovely knowing you. Leave my house immediately. Now you're homeless. Go be a holistic homeless dating coach. Like that. That was yeah, and they would have just made some like you couldn't even. My parents wouldn't be able to tell other Indian parents. They would have a horrible story like, so what is Raj doing now? He died. A very tragic accident.
When lying to family and friends
It's easier.
is easier than telling them what you actually do for a living. That is cultural. That is cultural.
My mother would have killed it. You want to be a holistic life coach, dating coach? I'm like, yeah. It's like, well, I'm going to have to be a murderer. I'm like, oh, you're going to be a holistic dating coach. I'm going to be an inmate.
We're all one of us is living our dream.
One of us is actually living.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I mean, there are some things. I mean, like when you hear about people, let's say, dying on Mount Everest,
yes,
you automatically just assume they're white, because that does seem to be just a white person thing to do, is climb mountains.
It's 100%. It's just Sherpas. It's just brown Sherpas going, see, there's another one.
Yeah, we told him not to go.
That's Kyle over there.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Brooks Plumbing. Their website, brooksplumbingtexas.com. The phone number for any and all of your plumbing needs is 214-368-3838. That's 214-368-3838. And again, the website, brooksplumbingtexas.com. You know, I just realized the holistic dating coach, Trey, sounds like that'd be someone right up your alley for a dating possibility. Because, you know, she's going to have some crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that has to be almost certifiably crazy.
Yeah, it's holistic crazy, which means she doesn't take any meds.
I don't understand the title, holistic, but dating coach. Like, are you a dating coach that uses? I don't understand. Like, is it natural dating? I don't understand what it is.
I'm guessing dating advice, but with amethyst. Like with crystals?
I just thought that was her assistant, Amethyst. My assistant, Amethyst.
And you know Amethyst is the brains behind the operation.
Yeah. She's a disappointment to her parents, too.
But maybe it's like holistic dating coach. It's crystals and dream catchers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be... I could see that for you. I could see that for you.
And some wind chimes. And you're set. I think that would be the trifecta. That's just my assumption. I've never actually met a regular dating coach, let alone a one, to be able to compare the two.
Yeah. So when you're leaving their little studio apartment in Soho, that's where you go to get your holistic dating advice. On the way out, that's when Amethyst will sell you the crystals and the dream catchers. And yeah, I dig it.
The whole program and the cassette tapes.
Oh, yes, that's right. And a cassette player. Yeah.
But you know what would be truly shocking on those holistic dating advice cassette tapes is if it was someone completely unexpected on that tape. Like, it's not Amy, the holistic dating coach, and it's not Amethyst, her weird assistant who does all the actual work. What if it was a celebrity?
Oh, okay.
Be intriguing.
Yeah. I mean, it would sell. I think you would sell more copies of said cassettes.
Well, the celebrity I'm thinking has probably sold quite a few cassettes.
Oh, okay.
and I'm not sure if I should actually do this or not, but I'm feeling compelled. And when I feel this compelled, I feel the need.
Well, the spirit, if the spirit compels you, Dan, you have to do it.
Me.
Oh no, no.
Hey, y'all.
Hi, Luke.
Hey, buddy.
Oh my God, look at y'all on TV. What is this thing I'm on called? Oh, is this the internet? Oh, wow. Hi, I'm Luke Bryan. Hi.
Hi, Luke.
Man, it's been a long time since I've done this dumb voice.
We've missed you.
It is.
Man, I've missed me.
you're with you all the time. I don't know how you missed you, but
It's a special gift, Raj.
okay, well, there's a holistic dating coach that you can talk to about it.
Nah, I'm not real big into holistic stuff. I mean, there was that one time where I danced naked in a pentagram. But I really felt like that wasn't on brand for me. So instead, I just ran over and rode my tractor naked for an hour and a half.
I think that was your last tour. I think that was the finale. That was the encore. Was the naked
Actually,
John
that was
Deere.
like 3-4 tours ago. That was I think it was the farm tour. That was just me naked on a tractor singing.
Well, I've never formally met you, but it's lovely. I've heard you many a time.
I've met you, Raj.
it's Raj, but whatever you want to call me, it's
I am from Podunk, Georgia. You are named Raj.
Okay, I'll take it there, Luke. But
anyway, you have not met me, but I have met you many, many times because I am a fervent believer in watching people sleep.
Okay, that is wow. In my home. Okay. Wow.
And sometimes in your not homes. Because the reason why I was on to you, Raj, is you kind of live a little bit of that vagrant lifestyle that I'm so attracted to murdering, or at least to capture for a time or four.
Yeah, I do find it interesting that every city you perform in, the murder rate goes up.
No, the missing rate goes up. If it was purely the murder rate, I would not be free.
I apologize for possibly incriminating you.
And a remarkably astute observation from Luke.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I'm stupid and stuff, but when I'm shaking my hips, I'm also thinking some.
Well, that's a good thing. Well, it's lovely to see you in person. This is nice.
You are lucky though, Raj, because I didn't take you. Because while you live what seems to be, from the outside looking in, a vagrant lifestyle, you actually go to work and stuff and earn a living. So I was like, you know what? He's contributing to society. I'm going to leave Raj alone.
Well, that is. Some people would say that's extremely kind, and you're above being talented and a gifted musician, if you would call yourself that.
I do. Very few other people do, but I do. In fact, that's part of the reason I wanted to take over Dan O'Malley's body for a spell, because I heard y'all mention the other day something about modern country being crap, and I take a hard issue to that. Mainly because I'm at the forefront of it.
we weren't. It's not as good. What we're trying to convey is it's not as good as, say, the classics like your Johnny Cash or your Conway Twitties. Or George Jones. It has its own flair, but it's not as good as say those guys were back in the day.
I have a feeling that someday, if y'all ever find women to bear your children, like I have, they will eventually say the same thing about me. It's like, man, that Luke Bryan, he really was a master lyricist, or at the very least a masterful hip swayer.
You're very much like Shakira. Your hips don't lie. Lyricist, I don't know. I mean, you're not gonna be up there with the greats. But
this is where I sing an opportunity to take the crap you believe and the crap that I sing and bring the both together.
Okay. What did
and
you?
I also feel like we can help Trey in the process because while I am somewhat of an underground kingpin of vagrant disappearances and alleged murders, I also have a soft spot in my heart for
Yes.
helping losers.
Okay.
Wow.
That is.
It's kind of mean.
That is kind of a
Oh,
very
sorry.
nice.
Sorry, was that mean? Sorry, I also have a brutally honest bone in my body. Actually, it's not my bone. It's it's one of Merle Haggard's. I like to keep trophies on occasion.
Well, yeah, that was a nice sentiment, but you didn't have to end with the loser part. Is there something in you had in mind that you would like to convey to Trey in your lyricist form, or are we just?
Yes, there is, and thank you for leading me down that musical path. So I figure what I'll do is I'm going to give Trey some really good advice from my own experiences, but doing it to the tune of a Conway Twitty classic.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Is like that's my job? That would be you would consider this as your job to help Trey?
No, I figured I'd go with the one that you were poo-pooing on the other day.
Oh, I want to lay you down.
Yeah, but it's got to be the Luke Bryan version.
Oh, what? Okay, I'd love to. Well, whenever I would love to hear it. I think
All
the
right,
world.
Trey, you paying attention? I'm going to change your love life right now.
I am taking notes.
All right. Make sure I remember how this tune goes. There's a lot of ways to saying what I want to do to you. There's songs, poems, and promises that your dreams won't come true. I won't talk of making love beneath the moonlit skies on the ground. I'll come right out and tell you that I want to dick you down.
Very direct.
That is a beautiful, beautiful sentiment that you are.
Dick you down and softly whisper, you're a slut in your ear. Dick you down and tell you all the things I'll do to your rear. I'll let you know how much it means spanking your rump around. Shut up. Oh, boo. I love to dick you down.
This is the greatest day of my life.
I'm getting the weirdest look from my cat right now. There's so many ways your stinky cooch made this house into a home. You do those dirty things that really turn me on. Like squatting on my crank and playing with my taint.
Oh my God.
Even with your pubes and curlers, I'd still love to lay you down. I mean, dick you down.
This has got to stop.
Dick you down and softly whisper, skeet skeet in your ear. Dick you down and shove an Oldsmobile right up in your ear. I'm gonna dick you down while you get me a beer. Oh, honey, I love to dick you down.
That is.
Thank you, Luke.
That's the greatest country song ever written and performed in the history of country songs. I would like to.
The look on my cat's face. The look on my cat's face begs to differ. I'd also like to point out that I did that entire performance with my wife in the same room, and I'm still standing. But I'm also afraid to hit stop on the recording.
Oh my God.
Hang on, let me tell my wife something real quick. Trey wrote that. It's Trey's fault. For all things Treehouse, go to treehouseonair.com. On social media, at Treehouse On Air. For me, it's at the Dan O'Malley. For Trey, who wrote the song, at Trey Trenholm 1. And for Raj, it's at Comedian Raj. You can also come to us for advertising and sponsorship opportunities here in the Treehouse. Treehouseonair@gmail.com. like, listen, follow, subscribe, enjoy. You know, it'd really help if all the platforms just chose the same word across all of them. That'd really be helpful.
Yes. And make sure to share this with everybody on your social media stuff too.
Absolutely. Tell a friend.
Because we want the Luke Run dick you down to go viral. That's the goal for this.
The irony there, Raj, is I've been viral for about a decade.
I walked into that one. Well done. Okay. Yeah.